Have you ever met a guy and gone out with a guy that catcalled out to you on the street?
100% no way.
So what is going on here? Well, this is Inside Edition, and they did a couple of exposés on men making comments to women on the street. They call it catcalling, but it's not all catcalling. Am I wrong here? I thought that catcalling was when you express interest in a woman. When a man expresses or I guess a woman could do it to a man. It's happened to me. So just exclusively like, hey, what's up, baby? I want to get with you sort of interest. Not, hey, how you doing? But a lot of this, of course, we know is going to be, hey, how you doing? At least some of it's going to be, hey, how you doing? Let's go ahead and jump into these videos. I think you're going to get a laugh out of them. There's some pretty funny stuff in here. Before we do, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed because YouTube does unsubscribe people every single day. You can find me on Rumble and on Twitter. You might be able to find me on BitChute and Odyssey. I do have some videos over there, but I've had difficulty uploading to those two platforms. So let's get into this first video and see what they have to say.
When Ashley Blankenship gets ready for her day, she mentally prepares for what often happens when she heads to work.
It's traumatizing, I know. It's horrifying. Look at her. She's just got to take a deep breath, close her eyes, and take a deep breath as she's walking along. It's the worst experience a person can go through. Here we go.
She has to deal with guys like this.
Two wild and crazy guys. Nah, I'm just kidding. How you doing? Good? Nice dress. You look beautiful.
It always makes me feel uncomfortable. Never am I like, oh wow, that makes me feel good. I love that. No, never.
Well, first off, that guy's an idiot, and it should make you feel good. I mean, I know you feel uncomfortable because, oh, you're vulnerable and that big man is going to attack you. He's just going to come over and club you over the head and do whatever he wants to do with you. Right there on a public street in front of everybody. This guy looks like he's pretty conservative. He might have a problem with his mouth, Tourette's of the mouth, but he looks like he's pretty harmless otherwise. So
Sean Lennon makes no apologies for his behavior on the streets.
Here we go. Hey now.
He can't seem to stop.
exactly. So he has Tourette's of the mouth. Let's go ahead and rewind this here because this is a good one. This is actually a good line that he uses here. If he were an attractive man and he were to use this on this woman, it would probably work.
There she is. Where have you been all my life?
We caught him doing
So there she is. Where you been all my life? That might be a good opener if you wanted to, start up a conversation with a woman. I had somebody tell me once that the best pickup line of all is hi. And I'm like, you're an idiot. Hi is not the best pickup line of all because it doesn't lead anywhere. You have to be able to start a conversation with a woman. And if you say something clever like that, that might actually lead to a conversation. You have to be able to follow up hi with something, right? You can't just walk up to a woman and say hi because I've done that before. And guess what? They say hi and that's it. And then you stare at each other awkwardly for a second and then you walk away because you have to have something to follow that up with. All right.
it all around Manhattan.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, brother.
He insisted to our Lisa Guerrero that he's harmless and that women don't mind.
If you had a daughter, how would you like it if somebody catcalled out to her on the street?
If I saw them say something out of line, then sure, I'd react with a reaction that a father would. But if
What if they just said,
Hey
oh
now.
yeah?
Oh yeah. I guess I would feel a little offended or.
I don't know if he's being honest here. I mean, why would you feel a little bit offended by the thing that you're doing? It's like you're just saying stuff to women. It's not a big deal. These are adult human beings. They should be able to handle a stranger saying what up to them. And when they're living in the city, I mean, they're living in the most populated, and I don't think that New York is the most densely populated, but is one of the most densely populated cities. It might be the most densely populated. I know it's up there. So people are literally living on top of each other in New York City. And women are just supposed to walk down the street and not have any interactions with other people, especially when they're dressed in a way to provoke this sort of interest from men. That's the thing. These women don't understand that they're doing this to themselves. The men do. The men get it. The men are like, you're dressed in a way that's asking for attention. If you don't want to have attention from men, dress conservatively, pull your hair up in a bun, don't wear makeup or very little makeup, cover your head with a scarf or a bonnet. You will not get attention from men. It's amazing how that works. If men see you as not showing off your physique, they're not going to be interested in you. When you do show off your physique, men automatically think, oh, you're looking for action. This is not something coming out of left field. I have a friend, she's basically my age, slightly older than me, and I'm friends with her husband too. They have kids and all grown kids now. Her sister-in-law is not as attractive as she is, yet her sister-in-law gets a whole bunch of attention from men. And I'm like, yeah, when I look at your sister-in-law, I see a woman who's ready for sex. That's just the way that she presents herself to the world. Whereas you present yourself as much more conservative. And you're just like, I'm a mom, I'm living my life. I'm not here to get run through by a bunch of different guys. I have a husband. That's how women have to present themselves to the world. And if they don't do that, then they're going to get attention from men.
get upset at that.
Many women we spoke to say they feel offended.
It's mild harassment.
Honey, ain't no one harassing you. You are, oh, look at this woman. Who wants to get with that? That's not even remotely attractive. Like, the one in the background is way more attractive than this woman that she's interviewing.
So today, we're going to turn the tables on the catcallers. Ashley won't be hitting the streets alone. I'll be close by, ready to have a little chat with the catcallers.
It doesn't take long for Ashley to get attention. As you might expect, guys give her the once-over as she walks by.
She is not worth a once-over. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know what you're looking for. I'm looking for a relationship. I would not want to wake up every morning next to this. She has a nice rack. That's about it, though.
Pretty soon, the catcalling starts. Watch what happens when she walks past these construction workers. And just around the corner.
How do you know that was in response to her? You don't know for sure. I mean, it probably was. I'll be fair. Probably was, but you don't know that for sure.
More catcalls.
How you doing, sweetheart?
Oh, that's not a cat call. Stupid. That's saying, how are you doing? I wouldn't say sweetheart, but I would say that to a man. How you doing? I would say that to anybody. It's not a cat call. Man, these people just gotta reach for anything to say, look how bad men are.
Do you think women appreciate getting complimented like that on the street?
Certain women do. They love attention.
This
Yep. And he totally owned it. And that's why he's doing it. These women do want attention. Why is it that this Ashley person doesn't like being complimented? You know that's BS. She loves being complimented. She loves the attention. That's why she dresses the way that she does and walks around New York City. If she's getting catcalled every single day that she walks to wherever she's walking to in New York City, why doesn't she change her behavior? It's because she likes it.
This guy thinks the catcall was our model's fault. But when
The lady was asking for it, exactly. She's dressed in a way that's provocative. She's going to get attention. It's her fault.
Lisa wanted to ask him what he meant,
Sir, you just said that a lady was asking for it.
he didn't stick around.
Yeah, well, we don't know why he ran. Maybe he ran because he didn't want to be on camera. He didn't want to have that and then have that edited. When I had first moved to LA, I was down in Santa Monica walking around, and there was a guy. He had set up a microphone and a camera there, and he was challenging people to disprove God. And I so wanted to just rip this guy apart because his arguments were stupid. But no, the camera there, I'm like, no, I'm not going to challenge this guy because he could edit that video, and then he could be all over YouTube of me saying something stupid or something inappropriate. And I don't need that kind of heat in my life, so.
This guy did, to tell us he was upset that we were recording the catcalls.
You got a woman walking around looking to get talked to, get somebody to say something. Look what you did. Look what you did.
Let me ask you a question. If that was your daughter, how would you feel about men yelling at her?
My daughter wouldn't walk around willing to get yelled at. My daughter walk around conservatively dressed.
There you go. Exactly my point. You dress in a way that's looking for attention, you're going to get attention. It's that simple.
All day, the unwanted comments kept coming.
I love you, Blue.
This guy wasn't happy when the cameras were turned on him.
Did you just say a little something to the blonde lady that walked by?
No. I love you, Blue.
Would it be rude to say something on the street to a young lady, sir?
No.
And there we have it. Would it be rude to say something to a young lady on the street, sir? No. Wow. Imagine that. These men get it. It's not rude to talk to somebody. What the hell? I was in the gym yesterday, and these girls were using a machine that had a weight on it that I wanted to use, a weight plate. And they looked like they were wrapping up. And I just went over and said, hey, you done? And they're like, yeah. How is that rude? Now, you might be like, well, that's totally different. There's a different context. There's a different intention, all that stuff. Yeah, you're right. But still, it's not rude to just say, how is it rude to say, I love you, Blue? And we know he doesn't actually love her, but he might want to. So that's the end of this one here. We'll move on to the other one, which is even more hilarious.
It's a disturbing fact of life for too many women, getting hassled on the street while they're on a run.
Getting hassled on the street while they're on a run. Well, that's got to be terrible. Having somebody come up to you, get in your face, demand stuff of you, insist that you do things differently than how you are doing them, bother you just all of the time by getting in your space. That must be terrible. Or is it just men saying stuff to this woman as she runs by? I don't know. Let's find out.
What kinds of things have you heard?
Hey, baby, or
It's pretty hard to even run up the street without someone beeping or shouting something.
Yeah, must be terrible getting all that attention, being thought of as an acceptable member of society to the point that people would defend you with their lives. That's really what it comes down to. You ladies don't know how good you have it. This is just a first world problem, right? Oh my gosh, I was catcalled today. Get the military police involved. We got to stop this now.
Here's Lisa Guerrero.
We came to world famous Venice Beach to turn the tables on the catcaller.
All right, so we're gone from New York to LA. Let's see what happens in LA here. Things are different here.
How'd we do it? Well, we put a camera on the back of this bike, a camera on the front of this bike, and we hired a fitness trainer.
Amber Wyrick says she's well aware of the problem.
I get catcalls everywhere, every day of my life, but especially when I run.
Well, maybe don't run around in full makeup, a choker, a sports bra, and booty shorts. Or booty pants. I mean, seriously, you don't want to get catcalled? Lose the Why are you running in makeup? Why these girls all over my gym, full makeup, fake nails, hair perfect, their shirt tucked up and back so you can see their butt. You think I don't know what you're doing? I mean, what the hell? Don't wear a sports bra. Wear a t-shirt. Wear sweatpants. Something that isn't tight form fitting. Don't wear any makeup when you're exercising. Why are you wearing a choker when you're exercising? That doesn't make any sense at all. Out of all the things that she's wearing right now, that makes the least amount of sense. It's there to make her more sexually attractive. That's it. It's the only reason why.
With Amber when she went for a jog.
Nice choker. That's an interesting jog. Full of makeup and a choker.
He yelled it out.
So there you go. He points out the same thing I do. Full makeup and a choker. And that's an interesting jog. She does run like, she doesn't know how to run. She's a fitness trainer and she doesn't know how to run. You'll see at the end.
Loud enough that other people could hear it and people were looking. And when that happens, that's embarrassing.
Because they're people. But people that you don't know and will never see again. Yes, but still, they are people with eyes.
Well, whose fault is it that it's embarrassing? Is it his fault or is it your fault? He didn't do anything. So if you're embarrassed, that's on you, 100%. And you're the one who's wearing full makeup and a choker, which is what he pointed out. Let's see what he has to say.
Lisa spoke to the guy.
Does she deserve to be yelled at here on the sidewalk?
What, being yelled at? I don't think anybody was yelled at. Honey, it's funny. If I see somebody running and jogging in makeup, you see what I'm saying?
It didn't.
Exactly. This guy is 100% right. And look, he owned it. He wasn't like, oh, no, it's offensive. You're right. Oh, yeah, I got called out. No, he's like, screw you. It's funny.
Stop there.
Did you happen to say something to this young lady when she ran by a minute ago?
I actually did.
What did you say to her?
I said that she's very beautiful and I love her.
Do you think that's appropriate to shout out at women as they're running by?
Yes,
Why?
because she is very beautiful and I do love her honestly as a person.
So all
Boom. Again, he just owns it. He doesn't even care. He's like, yeah, I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to speak my mind. Now, watch how she runs. She doesn't know how to run.
you guys out there, take this advice. Keep your cat calls to yourself.
She's like leaning back in her run. It was really weird. Anyway, but keep your cat calls to yourself. That didn't seem to have any effect on these two guys. Let's see what they got to say in the comments, because as I recall, the comments were pretty funny on this. The cat callers seem more sane and rational than the weirdos who set up this ridiculous sting operation. Yep. The first guy didn't cat call her. He straight up roasted her. Exactly, yeah. He wasn't doing anything wrong. Nice choker, laughs at her. That's an interesting jog. Full makeup and a choker, laughs again. He's roasting her. Exactly, yeah. 6 years, and I am still trying to figure out what table did they turn on cat callers. Exactly, they didn't turn any cat callers. The name of this video is Watch What Happens When the Tables Are Turned on Cat Callers. Oh, so you went up to the cat callers and you called them out. They actually turned the tables on them, but, you know, they exposed them, and they owned it. They're like, yeah, so what? I said something to an adult human being. Big deal. It wasn't even an insult. None of the things that they said were I mean, the guy who roasted her, he's like, that's an interesting jog. He didn't say, that's a stupid jog. What's wrong with you? Man, these people. Didn't turn out as you expected it. The men they interviewed did have points and were just honest. Yeah, exactly. I like how they ended it like they accomplished something. They didn't accomplish anything. I'm so thankful no woman has ever yelled out, "You're handsome and I love you." I couldn't imagine the trauma. I know. Like I said, I've been catcalled. When I was younger, women used to be like, "Hey, what's up, baby?" Whistling at me, honking their horns at me. Okay? I mean, it doesn't hurt anything. I'm more embarrassed for the TV channel who were supposed to be shaming the catcallers than I am for the guys who they called out. This was the lamest sting ever. Yeah, it was a pretty weak sting. But, you know, who's putting it on? Who's putting it on? And what do we know about the people putting it on as a group? Yeah, they tend to fail at these sorts of things. Anything that kind of requires any kind of industrious thinking. So Anyway, that's all I got for this time. If you made it this far, hey, you probably noticed this, that I got out 2 videos this week, and I said I was really busy previously. Well, the software that I am teaching this month didn't work last weekend. It just stopped working. So I took the opportunity to make these videos and get them out to you so that I didn't fall behind. Now that you have made it this far into the video, I bet you're expecting your palette cleanser. So enjoy.